Welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 28th, and book your hotels and tickets now for the Final Four in Indianapolis because I'm drinking the Kool-Aid and the Hogs are going to be there. They spanked Cincinnati 89-61 in an exhibition game Friday night, and in my opinion, that's the biggest news of the weekend, Andrew.
Hey, yeah. I don't know if it's the biggest news anywhere, but in Arkansas, yeah, that's what we'll go with because there wasn't much to talk about from the game Saturday. So yeah, it's basketball season. Let's get on to basketball.
As you can see, we're kind of hodgepodge today. Andrew's in the dungeon somewhere, and
I'm
I
in the
literally
DJ booth.
I literally just walked in the door from a 14-hour day, 9-year-old baseball tournament. So we're just gonna kind of wing it as we go, and we decided, hey, with the way this football team is playing, we're just done with position grades for a while. Like, why are we
Yeah,
even wasting our time grading these position grades if they're just gonna get their tail beat in every week?
yeah.
And like we just decided we'll just talk about the game and go from there. But Andrew, you were boots on the ground Saturday, right, at Razorback Stadium in the rain, and
Rain boots on
at
the ground.
and at halftime, you were probably thinking, all right, this defense has got us a pick six, and the offense is moving the ball a little bit, and Bobby's got it
Yeah,
figured out, and
yeah,
then the
and then
Hogs gonna hog.
yes, and then classic Bobby Petrino style the last couple of years is the other team made halftime adjustments and we did not. So we get 3 points in the second half
I think so.
Saturday. So right back to Notre Dame, Memphis, Tennessee. Hardly any points in the second half. So yeah, it's frustrating. We were talking on the way down to the stadium. It was like, man, do we even have a turnover against a Power Four school, which we did not up to that point. And so finally get a turnover, get a pick six out of the deal, which you would not have guessed. And then you turn right around in the second half and you give them a pick six. And not only a pick six, so that yours doesn't count for anything, but you turned it over on 4 straight possessions. So looks like we're back to turnovers, and it just doesn't seem much different at all. So
Sorry about that.
no, you're good.
Technical difficulties. We're really hodgepodge. Um, yeah. So I was at a baseball tournament Saturday, and I watched the first half, and I was pretty excited. Then I was keeping up with it while my son's game was going on, while I was coaching third base, and I saw Omega Blake fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I put it back in my pocket for a few minutes, and then I turned it back on, and next thing I know, like, it had just snowballed. And so obviously I went back and watched the highlights and all that. And man, I'm surprised how many people are pissed off about it. I guess I'm just that apathetic. Like, people that I watch, other podcasts or other shows, dude, they were fuming about how the game turned out. And I was like, what do you guys expect? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why everybody's so mad. I mean, I guess I'm just that apathetic and just don't. I care a lot, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just not surprised by anything, I guess. Um, I don't know. It's just I think the consensus was Bobby had to probably win that game to be. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
there was radio people saying that if we would have won, they'd remove the interim tag. Now that
There's
wasn't going
no
to be enough
way.
for me.
There's no way.
Uh, that wasn't going to be enough for me with Auburn having not being winless in conference. Also, it's like you haven't won a game yet, and then this team hasn't won a conference game. You're gonna have to prove a little more to me. But then
Yeah.
we found an incredible way to lose. So, yeah, you
I
know,
think it has
for
to be it has to be a whole clean house deal. I mean
yeah, I mean, for me,
I
yeah,
mean
I think we need to totally wipe the slate clean. I think we need to just erase the last 14 years from memory. I just think it's time for just to wipe the slate clean. We don't need any baggage from anything before. And like I said last pod, that like nobody's beating down the door to try to hire Bobby at their school. And I get that there's history here. I get that, we had success here before. I get that we have looked better, at least against A&M and Tennessee, than we had previously, but it's just the same stuff. Like, you're still losing games, and so I hope all the people that were in Bobby's corner, which was growing astronomically, uh,
mhm.
to probably 75% plus of the fan base wanted him to get the job. And there were still people today defending him to their death that, it's just he
It
just
won't
doesn't have
matter.
his guys.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how many interim coaches get the job? It's gotta be less than 10%
Mhm.
normally. And so I was explaining this as we were walking out of the stadium to my buddy. I was like, if only 10%, probably I mean, that's not a looked up number. I just made that up. But I'm just like, if these you gotta blow people away to earn the job. I mean, like blow
Mhm.
expectations out of the water. And so
You have to do
I think I
something the
alluded
last coach was not doing.
right. And we
And
turned the ball over 4 times, lost a 9-point game, and it's just the same stuff. So,
yeah.
like, and all
And
these people that are defending what
Hugh
we look
Freeze was trying to give us a game.
exactly.
Every time he threw the ball, I was like, "What are you doing?" Because they were
Oh,
just running it down our throat.
and I haven't mentioned that they beat us with a backup quarterback.
Mhm. Which we're good
So,
at that. That seems to be our MO.
well, yeah, but yeah, and I was like, I looked at my buddy at halftime, because we were up, we were playing good, had gotten the pick six. They took Jackson Arnold out, put in the backup. He comes in for a possession with like 40 seconds left in the first half. I was like, dude, that was the stupidest thing he could have done. Just leave Jackson in and then make the change at halftime.
Mhm.
Let us think that Jackson Arnold's coming back out. So I was like, now we can go make halftime adjustments. This is stupid me thinking. We'll go in and make halftime adjustments and we'll prepare for the backup quarterback now. Now that he's shown his card, I was like, this is the stupidest coaching decision of all time, Hugh Freeze. You just, for 40 seconds, you told us that you're playing this quarterback in the second half, thinking that we could go make adjustments.
Yeah.
I was wrong. They went and made adjustments and beat us with their backup quarterback instead of us going in at halftime and being like, hey, now we know what to prepare for. Just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll just turn it over on 4 straight possessions and
Oh, Auburn fans are
lose
pissed.
too bad.
They're pissed they won because they want to get rid of
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't want to. I've seen a bunch of them mad. Like
Yeah.
they wanted Hugh Freeze fired today.
Yeah.
And like the deal is Auburn's defense is legit. Like
No,
they're
it's good.
top 10 or 15 in the country, and you're not going to
Yeah.
be able to just run the ball like we have been. You have to earn stuff, but it just goes back to the late game turnovers. I mean, it's just the same. And I think there's two ways to look at it. Like I love Taylor Green. I love Taylor Green,
Mhm.
but this is
Same.
a common theme, like where he's not been able to go win a game, late in the game,
Mhm.
and at the same time, like this kind of just shows you that the coaching is really important and it does matter. But we have a bunch of the players who just don't know how to win. It doesn't matter who the coach
Mhm.
is; they just find ways to
Yeah.
lose. Whether it was Tennessee or A&M or going back to Memphis and Ole Miss or Auburn, they just
Mhm.
find ways to lose, and you have to recruit the right guys. It falls back on the staff and recruiting the right
Yeah.
guys, but it's almost just a mute point. Like let's just get this thing over with. Let's just get the next coach figured out and clean house. And I mean, from the top down, it's got to be a whole reset. And here's the
Yeah.
deal: as we are filming this on Sunday night, LSU just fired Brian Kelly,
And they
and
go up to number 1 slot.
yeah, yeah. I was going to ask you to rank them here in a minute, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're competing for. I have no idea like what route someone like LSU will go. I mean, they could almost name their guy. Like I would
Yeah,
think, kind of like
of people
Alabama.
looking.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, and so I don't really know. I don't know who the home run is for LSU. This just happened, so I'm not even
right.
haven't thought about it. I don't know who the home run hire is for them. But
Mhm,
the worst case scenario, and the more I said it on the last pod, is if they hire Lane Kiffin or if Florida hires Lane Kiffin, that's a problem for us because
mhm,
that means Ole Miss is going after the same type of coach we are.
yep,
Or if they were to hire Eli Drinkwitz or
mhm,
Clark Lee at Vandy, I mean, I don't know, but
yep,
like those are the problems. Like as long as they
mhm.
hire James Franklin or whatever, I think we're fine. But I don't know. I'm getting more stressed about this
You know
coaching
what you know
search
what
every
just
week. Every week,
you know what possibility just happened?
I don't.
Brian Kelly to Arkansas.
No, it didn't. That did not just happen. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Oh,
No. Don't even
I
put
would
that in
hate it.
existence. Don't even
I
put
would
that in
hate it more than
existence.
anything, but could you imagine? We've
No.
been talking about it,
Yeah.
and
No.
yeah, I don't want him at
He
all.
needs to
That
go
is
back
not my
up to the
pitch.
Yankee. He's a northern guy. He needs to go back up
Yeah,
north and coach somewhere. He needs to get
yeah.
the hell out of the South.
You
Um,
know what? You know where he could go? He could go if Wisconsin makes a move.
uh-huh.
That's where he needs to go.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're not the only people who hate Brian Kelly. I feel like the whole
No.
country thinks he's an idiot. And
Oh,
so I don't know what
extremely
fan
punchable
base would be
face.
happy. I don't know what fan base would be happy to get Brian Kelly.
I don't either.
I
Notre Dame
mean,
only got better after he left, and,
yeah, right.
with his assistant,
And LSU
and
got worse.
yes. Yes,
So
correct.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad for Arkansas because now LSU could be back to what they used to be now that he's gone. So that's bad news
I
for
know.
us.
I know. I wanted him to just stay in the 9-10 win range,
Mhm,
just enough to
mhm.
keep him there. But yeah,
LSU, Florida, Penn State, rank them.
you said it in order just then.
Okay, all right, all right.
And I've got Arkansas at 4 now, but there will be other jobs come open. So I've got us in the 4 hole, but it's like recruiting. You're
Mhm.
We're 4th, but we're the 3rd best SEC job open, whereas, like, recruiting, we could have a top 20 class, but still be 14th in
12.
the
Yeah,
SEC. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
This
yeah,
Lane
it's
Kiffin this Lane Kiffin thing is interesting. I mean,
yeah, I don't
especially going to Ole Miss or to Oklahoma and spanking them like they were an underdog in
Yep.
that game.
Mhm.
And he kind of showed his ass a little bit. Man, he was excited. I like a coach who does that. I mean,
Yeah.
talking smack to the player, the Oklahoma player on the field, and the
Mhm.
way he was reacting with the crowd after the Ole Miss crowd after the game. But I mean, I'm just assuming Ole Miss will have to pony up to keep him there. I mean, I
Well,
don't see I don't see
there
how Florida and LSU don't get in a bidding war for him.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss's AD came out right after Signetti signed his extension and was like, "We wanna
Yeah,
extend Lane Kiffin." And
and
the
he ain't heard
fact that
nothing
they
else.
ha and the fact that they haven't, tells
Yeah,
me that Lane's looking.
yeah.
Not to say that he couldn't surprise everybody and sign an extension next week, but so far it hasn't happened. That's been 2 weeks now, so I it does scare me that he hasn't, committed to Ole if I was an Ole Miss fan, I'd be terrified of him leaving.
Mhm.
The best thing you can hope for is just for him to keep winning and be the highest seed you could be in the playoff and make a deep playoff run and then make these other schools wanna make a move before that, so, yeah, I don't know.
I just don't know what's I mean, if they're like a 5 seed in the playoff, I mean, I think they're a lock at this point. Their
Mhm,
schedule's pretty easy on the rest of the way. Like, they're going to
mhm.
the playoff. I mean, if he goes to the playoff and gets to the semifinals or something, or even the finals, whatever, like, what's his motivation to leave when he's at a program that can go he's already built
Exactly.
into a semifinal team? I mean, I know your
Yeah.
recruiting base is better in LSU and the money and Florida and all that, but I mean, it better be a really good situation for him to want to leave.
Right.
And so
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
I know we're fighting for the same coaches as Ole Miss and Missouri and all them. I still think I think Arkansas is better off with Lane Kiffin not at Ole Miss. I mean, if they go take
Yeah.
Golish from us or Summerall or whatever, I still think
Mhm.
we're better off with them having Golish or Summerall than we are with them having Lane Kiffin. Ole Miss needs to come back down to
Yeah.
earth.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
like a lose lose. But we don't even know.
Right.
We don't even know if we're going to offer Golish a job. Someone said it wouldn't surprise me if Hunter Yurchek had no idea that Alex Golish was even a human on this earth.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, that better not
like
be the
what it
case.
like what if? I mean, what if? Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they're just thinking
Yeah,
Rhett
well,
Lashley, Gus Malzahn. Like they might not
mhm.
even know who Alex Golish is. That wouldn't surprise me.
Certainly the search committee does. Good lord, I would hope so. There's enough people talking about his wife being from Greenwood and coming back once a
You
month
would
or
hope.
however often it is.
You would
So
hope,
somebody
but
has to be in the ear.
he may be a Florida or LSU guy. I don't know. I don't know.
They
I don't
did
know.
blow a game against Memphis Saturday,
They
so
did. They did.
it brought him back down to
That's a good thing for us, I think.
yeah,
That he lost that game. I don't care if South Florida goes to the playoff or not, but I know the
right.
more he loses, maybe the big schools quit trying to poach him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need him to lose, like, 3 more games, but, you know, let's just stick let's just stick to, like, right now and see how the dominoes fall, but, yeah, I'm just my hope for after Saturday is just that all the Bobby talk tones down a little bit just because that was
Uh-huh.
inexcusable on Saturday, so but, yeah, I don't know where where you go with all these openings and where the dominant it's gonna be I wish again, wish we would've made the move last year for obvious reasons, but this would be a fun coaching cycle to be in if you didn't have skin in the game, but we obviously
Oh
have major
yeah,
skin in the game,
yeah.
but this so
Oh, it's
for all
gonna be
the
so
people
much
that are
fun to
happy
watch. It's gonna be so much fun
yeah.
to watch.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be wild after Thanksgiving, like, between Thanksgiving and, like, mid-December, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, I'm still to the point where like I don't know if I'm gonna be mad no matter who we hire, unless it's Gus or Brian Kelly or somebody like that. Like, I mean, I'm fine taking a chance on any of these guys. Here's the deal: Florida already said I've heard that they're not going
Mm,
the group of five route again because
mhm,
they tried it with Billy Napier, didn't work, and those
yeah,
supposedly those people do not want to try it again. If
mhm,
that's true, I don't know if it is or not. That
mhm,
takes Golish out of that, Summerall out of
mhm,
that, and um, I would be shocked if LSU went a group of five route. I'd be shocked.
mhm, yeah.
Um, so I don't know. James Franklin's got to fit in here somewhere. That's all I know. He
I
fits
know
in here somewhere.
if he wants to, he's got to fit in there somewhere. I just think he's a Big Ten guy. I just don't see him in the SEC. But then again, I mean, I know he was at Vanderbilt, and that's how he got the Penn State job. So obviously, he has done okay in the SEC. But man, I don't know. The guy is just some of these coaches are just like goofy in a weird way, like in a serious coaching way. I don't know. I can't explain it, but just to use the word the kids are using these days, is vibes. Just
Mhm.
like James Franklin, Brian Kelly, those guys. It's just the vibes are weird. Which obviously,
Well,
from the day of the press conference, Brian Kelly was never a fit at LSU.
no.
Just that
Yeah.
was a square peg in a round hole the whole time, and so that was just it was just a weird fit the whole time. But you know, with Summerall being a Louisiana guy, I'm not saying they're going to go the group of five route, but I could see that fit being there, but I think they're obviously gonna try to go much bigger than that, I think. So,
Yeah. I
it's
don't
gonna
know. There's
be
just so many coaches like that need to leave before they get fired type of deal.
Mhm.
Like Shane Beamer. Like
Yep.
if he doesn't leave this year, he'll get fired next year. So,
Yep.
like, when you leave, you get to, like, restart your pitch count, your clock,
Mhm.
like,
Right.
it's like him going to Virginia Tech was, like, just makes too much sense, like, before the iron gets hot and you get fired. I think of, like,
Mhm.
the dude at Kansas, like, he's done a pretty good job at Kansas, but they're struggling the last couple years, and,
Mhm. Yeah, he
like,
should have left when the
he's
getting was
someone
good.
he's someone who may leave after this year for an Arkansas or a whatever, like, I'm not saying I
Mhm.
want him. I'm just like trying to throw random names out there or
Yeah.
Oklahoma State or something like.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be
Matt
some
Campbell's another one.
names. Yeah, Matt Campbell. There's going to be names like that that come out of nowhere. They're just like trying to restart their clock because it's kind of got stale where they're at.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Campbell's a big one too he was, like, the hottest name in the country for a while, decided to stay at Iowa
hmm
State, which I respect. I
hmm
respect the heck out of that.
yeah,
But it's kinda gone stale, and they're just kinda meh, and,
yeah.
now
It's
he's
like what
not
Brett. It's
a
like what
top pick.
Bielema did. It's the same, exactly what
Yep.
Bielema did. Like
Yep.
it's exactly what
Yep.
I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
I don't have any names off the top of my head that just kind of came to me just when I was talking. But I mean, there's some names
Mhm.
like that I think that could shake some more things up. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I still think Matt Rule is makes the most sense at Penn State as things stand right
hmm
now,
hmm
uh, after week 9 or 8 or whatever we're in, 9. Um, I still think that makes the most sense whether they pull the trigger on that or not, I don't know, but that I just
You know the
I'm
hot
so,
name.
like
You know the hot name for the Hogs the last couple days. We haven't talked much, but there's a
Brian
new name that's
Silverfield.
came. No,
Okay.
PJ Fleck. That's a I know. That's and I used to be a huge PJ Fleck guy as a coach.
I
He has
I loved
he
him,
has
yeah.
he has some really good like deep coaching, thoughts and ways that
Mhm.
we use to motivate my teams. I got straight from PJ Fleck. But
Mhm.
that's not somebody that I think but that's somebody I'm talking about. Someone that's been somewhere 5, 6, 7, 8 years and it's
Yeah.
done good, but it's getting stale and
That he's a guy and I loved him when there was, like, a special like, ESPN did on him when he was at
mm,
Western Michigan, and I was like, "Dude, I really like this guy." I was like, "This guy's gonna
mhm,
be a big he's gonna get a big job." And I think he's an example of somebody that took a job too soon, that if he'd have waited one more cycle, I think would have got a way better
yeah.
job than Minnesota. Like, it was just kinda like,
That that's a hard place to
"Minnesota,
win.
really?"
Yeah,
And and it just seemed like which he probably took it as a stepping stone job, like, "I'm gonna go to Minnesota, let me have, like, 2 good years, and then I'll get the
yeah,
big, big job," but I was like,
yeah.
it just seemed
Hadn't
like
worked out that
too
way.
yeah, and I s I mean, I said it to myself when he went there, I was just like, "That just" it's kind of a head scratcher, I was like, "I don't know that I leave Western Michigan for Minnesota,"
Yeah,
and so now I do like him as a guy, I like him as a coach, but he just doesn't move the needle for me now, whereas, if he's not winning at Minnesota, I don't see him winning 10 games at Arkansas anytime soon. So,
yeah.
even though he recruits Arkansas kids and he did a special
Yep.
with Bo Mattingly a while back but
Mhm.
yeah, PJ Fleck is just a name that doesn't row the boat for me, if you will.
Mm. Most people won't understand that, but, uh but I completely
Yeah,
do. Row the boat,
yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's starting to stress me out now. Like, at first, it was kind of all fun and games and like, "Oh, let's
Mhm.
see what happens," and now that, like, all these dominoes are falling, I feel like we're about to get screwed. I'm just being honest. I was I
Well, I
was
mean,
I was optimistic at first. I was like, "Hey, let's
yeah.
go out and get Rhett or Golish or Summerall," and now I feel like they're all about to just go somewhere else, bigger and better than us. So
Well, yeah, I mean, it's again, so why didn't you freaking do it last year.
Yeah.
So it will never make sense to me. And
I mean,
again,
I had a buddy who sent a text earlier, and I don't know if he was being tongue in cheek, um, but he said he was talking about the whole last year thing, and he just
mhm,
said Central Florida, North Carolina, Purdue, Stanford, Wake Forest, Washington State, West Virginia. Like that was the jobs last year.
you're number
And
one by a landslide.
I feel like we're the number one job on those, and it's probably not
Easy.
close, I would think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and so I
Yeah.
don't know.
And again, I know I've said it before, and I'll beat this dead horse till we hire a coach, but I want to get in Hunter Yurachek's brain and say, how many games did you think we were going to win this year? Like when you looked
Yeah.
at our schedule this year, where last year you won 6 games and all your hardest games were at home. This year, you add the defending national runner up and play all your
Yeah.
hard games on the road. So what told you we were going to win 8, 9 games this year? Like
You know,
what in your head told you?
the counter argument for that I've heard is that he wanted to do it, but the boosters didn't. I don't know if that's true or not. Like
I
I
can't I can't believe that.
I can't
Just
either.
just because just because the money is wasn't there for Sam. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like from everything that and again, I'm not an insider. I'm
Yeah,
a
we are. Yeah, we are.
I'm a sure. Yeah. Um but I mean, from everything that I have heard, what little I've heard is that the money's here. They just didn't believe in the Pittman.
Yeah.
Like they saw Pittman ceiling the 8-win season, and they weren't. Nobody was wanting to pony up, and then the average fan sure as heck wasn't ponying up because they're
Mhm.
not seeing a return on an investment. So or didn't
Yurchek
foresee
said that.
one.
He said that to Touchdown Club, word for word.
Yeah,
He said that. So
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes
So
too
I'm
much
like,
sense. Yeah.
yeah. So, but I'm just like, I want to know if I could, which he would never answer that question, but just like, how many wins did you project for this team to say, yeah, let's have a harder schedule next year and keep the same staff. Meanwhile, when you look at the landscape of college football, you could have been the number one opening.
Mhm.
I think that's enough. I think for what's happened, in my mind, that's enough to say, Hunter Yurachek, you've failed this program. Not to mention the other things that you failed us on
Mhm.
NIL and train and all that stuff, but and not being prepared for that or not raising enough money for Pittman to be successful. His words, not mine. I think that's just with the landscape of college football, what's happened. I think that it's enough to look at Hunter Yurachek and say you have failed at your job in football. Obviously, we have a lot of other sports that are great and successful. Whoop de freaking do. Nobody cares. And I think they should take a real hard look at him and just be like, "What's your plan here?" Like, and I mean, I'm hoping they're asking that question, but dude, what's your plan after last year? You completely botched that decision to 5 games in to this season making the change when you could have made it last year. Obviously, I've said this a million times. I'm sorry, but it's just I think it's enough to look back and be like, dude, you failed, you botched it.
Mhm.
You
100%.
don't deserve
100%.
to make this decision. And so that's one humble
100%.
man's opinion.
You
I
know who's
think that
still
that's
undefeated this year?
Arkansas basketball.
John Gruden.
Dude, his name that name has gotten quiet, and I
I
don't know
know.
why. Uh,
I know.
and even after he came out on I think it was Pardon My Take that he did, and he was like, "I'm watching film, ready to coach ball and want to coach ball." So I don't know why that name's gotten quiet. So he may be a player in all of this too. That
He might
you
be.
know,
He
uh,
might be.
a lot of people want Petrino as their fallback. Gruden's my fallback guy. Give me Gruden because if nothing else, even if the wins and losses don't work out, you're relevant and
Mhm.
you're gonna at least get looks by people to be like, you know, um, as a guy that knows what it takes to get you ready for the next level and knows how to recruit talent to be at the pro level. Like you at least have the eye for talent. You've got the eye for quarterbacks. So that's my fallback. If that name is going as quiet as it feels like it is, but who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we just said it, but who knows what's going to happen when all these dominoes start to fall?
Who obviously Lane Kiffin's the hottest name. If somebody was to make a jump like to LSU, I mean, we
Mhm.
would argue LSU's the second best job behind Alabama in the SEC. It's probably a top 3 or 4 job in the country. Who's the next guy?
Well,
Like, is it
I
is
think
it
if you
Eli
take
Drinkwitz? Is it Josh Heupel? Is it Heupel? I mean, like who's the guy that they could poach that's done a really good job, you
yeah,
know?
I
I
mean,
mean,
Signetti was it. He decided
mhm.
to stay at Indiana. I'm trying to think. I mean,
I mean, I think it'd have to be Heupel or Drink.
yeah,
Unless Clark they believe in Clark Lee. I don't know with Vandy. I mean, I don't know. I still think that's a little risky, but um,
yeah,
somebody'll take a chance.
um,
Somebody'll take a chance. Somebody's gonna take a chance on Clark Lee.
yeah. Does Dan Lanning want to come back south?
Yeah,
Uh, that's a guy.
that's a player. So I didn't think about that. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, Cristobal at Miami, maybe, but he's a Miami guy, and he
he's a
like
Miami guy. Yeah,
yeah, I think he likes where he's at. Um,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
c
I'm just
I
trying
could
to
see
throw
Dan Lanning
some
wanting to
names
come
out
back
there.
south.
So Dan Lane to LSU makes sense actually. They'll just have to they'll have to outbid Oregon. Oregon's got all the money. Um, looks like we lost Andrew for a minute, but yeah, Oregon obviously with the Nike deal. I don't know if that'd be an interesting money battle between LSU and Oregon, a bidding war there, if you will. Something else that I've been thinking about that I don't know would be a terrible idea would be, the hot name was it last year or 2 years ago was Willie Fritz at Tulsa, or I mean at Tulane, and he went to Houston, and he's done a good job at Houston in his short time there. And I'm wondering if this all falls south, if maybe we could even take a shot at somebody like Willie Fritz, who was a hot mid-major name a couple years ago. And I mean, we're just throwing out names at this point, but I don't have a great feeling about it like I once did. Um, so we'll sit back and see. We'll put all of our faith in Hunter Yurachek. What could possibly go wrong, right? Um, in Hunter, we shall trust, right? In Hunter, we shall trust. Let's talk Hog Hoops for a minute until we get Andrew back here. I went to the game Friday night, and it was electric. I am 100% drinking the Kool-Aid that the Hog Hoops basketball team is selling. Uh, they pass the eye test on every measure. They they Darius Acuff is the real deal, and I knew he would be. Um, but seeing it in person and kind of trying to compare him, he was as hyped as Boogie Flam was last year. Um, send Andrew a quick text. He was as hyped as Boogie was. They were both like 5-star point guards, top 1 or 2 point guards in the country. And it took about 2 minutes for me to realize that he's going to fit right in and be able to lead this team and control the ball. And him and DJ kind of split the point guard duties, which makes sense because when DJ took over the point last year, that's when the Hogs really started playing well. But Acuff, man, he has some shots. He's really strong. He's got a low center of gravity. He's a lot stronger than Boogie was or is. Just as quick, shoots it better. He may not be quite as flashy as a passer as Boogie, Um, but defensively, he's a dog, half court, ball man to man, ball pressure. Um, I'm really impressed with Darius. And then Malik Thomas, the other freshman, I've told everybody this from the very first scrimmage I watched was he's got JD Note in him. And if you remember anything about JD Note, like walking bucket, walking bucket. And he's gonna type of guy that's gonna take some shots, that's gonna just shock us and win us a game, go off for 20. He's gonna shoot it with a hand in his face. And he's also the type of guy you just gotta kind of live with the bad ones. That's just his mentality. And I mean, he touches the ball, it's probably going up. So you might as well get ready. He's a very, very unique, special talent, though. Offensively, he's a great talent. Um, Also, I mean, everybody else looked apart. I don't know how there's going to be enough basketballs to go around because, Carter Knox, he flirted with going in the draft and he had 13 points. Malik Thomas had 18 and Darius Acuff had 17. Carter Knox had 13 and he looked good. I mean, he was just solid. I mean, hit two threes and had a dunk and drove it and so he looked good. And DJ Wagner was a little bit quiet. Um, DJ only had 2 points, but I mean, it was just he was out there doing his thing. He just didn't get a bunch of shots up. He kind of let the other guys get theirs. Nick Pringle right off the bat made a great post spin move in the paint. I mean, he's longer than I thought he was. He's tall. I was thinking he was maybe I thought he's one of those guys like listed at 6'10", but he's probably 6'7". But no, he's a legit 6'10". Um, Malik Ewan, the Florida State transfer, he averaged like 15 a game at Florida State. Him and Pringle kind of rotating in at the five. Malik Ewan, he didn't stand out, but I think he'll be fine. He's a rebounding machine. Um, And so I think he'll fit in. Billy Richmond is the same Energizer Bunny, defensive menace. He had 10 points, and I think 4 of them were dunks. I mean, in fast break because he's out running the floor and D'ing up, and you know, he's kind of the same with Billy as it was with. Is this going to be Malik Thomas? He's going to drive you nuts sometimes. You can hear Cal Billy, Billy, always screaming Billy's name, but you love the energy and the dog that Billy's going to bring. Trevin Brazile, he's the one that's been getting all the hype, and Trevin looked good. I liked what I saw to Trevin. Looks like he's still working on his, continuing to shoot the three ball better. He was a little bit better off the bounce than he has been. Um, got to the foul line a few times, had some nice dunks. So yeah, I mean, this team needs for this team to really make a run in the tournament. I think Brazil's got to be the guy because I think if you just get an average Brazil, then I think you're just kind of an average team because I think Carter and Darius and Malik and all them will be pretty good, but we got to have the big step up, Brazil and Pringle and Malik Ewan. And then really Isaiah Seeley, the Springdale hometown boy freshman. I didn't think there was a chance in the world Seeley would be ready to play at this level as a freshman, but he's shut me up and proved me wrong. He looks good. He's clearly the number 9. Like he's the fourth guy off the bench. He's clearly the number 9. But if you get in a pinch or foul trouble, someone's just not playing well. I think Isaiah Seeley coming in and playing some spot minutes is great. I think that's a great number 9. I know a lot of teams in the SEC that would love to have a number 9 player on their bench like Isaiah Seeley out of Springdale. He looks like he fits. He didn't look scared. He didn't look intimidated. Um, he's long. He's athletic, and so Andrew, welcome back, bud. We're just going over the Razorback basketball roster and box score from the other night.
Okay. Yeah. Gosh, I
Um,
don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm here in the dungeon, and booted me off. So,
No, it's all good,
uh,
brother. It's all good.
thanks for taking over the technical difficulties there.
No, no problem. Did you get to watch any of the Hoop Hogs against Cincinnati Friday night?
I did not. I got to see some highlights, and that was
Yeah.
about it. I saw Billy had like 6 awesome dunks, and
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
outs,
Already talked
outs,
about that. Yeah.
I saw Acuff made a corner three. Saw Brazil started off with a big dunk.
Mhm.
So I just saw some highlights.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the actual game,
Yeah,
regrettably.
I'm really excited about this team. Um, and Cal is too, because last year he kept saying, "Be patient with us," and he's not saying be patient this year.
Mhm,
But dude, they got all the pieces. I'm telling you, Acuff, Acuff had just as much hype as Boogie did coming in, like number 1 or 2
mhm,
point guard in the whole class. Acuff started in the McDonald's All-American game,
mhm,
and you still just kinda as a freshman, you just kinda wanna, like, see it before you get your hopes up. You wanna see it,
mhm.
and I saw it. Like
Okay.
like, he's it. I mean, he's it. Um, he's not an elite scorer, but he's an elite dog. Like, he's got
Mhm,
that dog in him, he's strong, and he can handle it with pressure, and I remember one point there was a dude from Cincinnati, he's like, "Alright, I'm gonna pick this dude up at half court, and I'm gonna get at his grill and see if he can handle Division I pressure." And Acuff, like,
mhm.
he, like, fumbled the ball for, like, a second to the right, and then he, like, ripped it to his left, and he made that dude look stupid and went in and got an and one on a seven-footer, and I was like, "Yeah, he's fine. He fits." And so anyways, I kinda went over all the guys. I kinda just went over a roster breakdown and their skill sets.
Mhm.
I don't know, Cincinnati, they went to Michigan and beat Michigan in an exhibition
Right.
game. I know
Yeah.
Michigan was missing 1 or 2 of their starters, but, Cincinnati, Joe Lunardi has Cincinnati. I know it's preseason, but he has them in the tournament, and, um,
Mhm.
and so going and 30 piecing somebody like that in game 1. We've done
Yeah.
this before. We beat
Yep.
Kansas last year. We beat Purdue 2
Yep.
years ago and didn't even make the tournament when they had Edie. Like, so,
Mhm.
you know, take it what you will. I don't care. It's a whole new year, new team. So I don't know. I feel like this team just has a little bit of dog. I feel like they're already light years ahead shooting the three ball better than last year's team.
Mhm.
And I think I already had a national championship ticket, 27-1 on the Hogs.
Okay.
And I'll probably I'm gonna watch them play Memphis. So this pod will come out on Tuesday. They'll play Memphis Monday night,
Monday night. Yeah.
um, but I want to see Memphis. Memphis is gonna be athletic and
Mhm.
really good. But dude, I think this is the best team talent wise that I've seen since the mid '90s. Talent wise, they got to put it all together. But
Wow. Okay.
but talent wise, I think
We've had some talent since then. A
yeah,
couple years, we've had some talent.
not like this.
Okay. I do know we've got, what they say last year we had one guy over 6'9", and this year we got
Do we?
6 dudes over
Yeah,
6'9". So
yeah,
we
that's
got
probably right.
some length, or as our the state to the south of us would say, length. Um,
Mhm, mhm.
but yeah, I'm trying to hold off the excitement. It doesn't help that football's doing nothing for me, but I'm trying to hold it off just because I don't want my heart ripped out. I wanna go. I've been begging them to go to the Final Four basically my entire adult life just 'cause I wanna go to a Final Four, and if they go, I will be there. Only problem is we are expecting a child in March.
Oh,
Uh,
should be fine. We got
I
ball. We
mean, it's
got
the
ball.
3rd one, who
We got
cares,
ball to
right?
watch. Yeah, we got ball to
That's
watch.
right, there's plenty of family to help out, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, we'll see how that goes, but yeah, would love would love to make a deep run
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
We almost did last year. Should have last year.
I mean, basketball for 90%, 99% of teams is a season of up and downs. You're gonna go through that 2 or 3 game losing streak, and everybody's gonna panic. And you got to have the right leadership. That's something we'll find out when the times get tough,
Yep.
if this team has great leadership or not. People have questioned Trevin. Trevin in the past, how hard he plays consistently, and
Mhm.
if his effort is always there. And most people kind of assume him to be the leader of the team, him and DJ Wagner. I think DJ will
Mhm.
lead by example, but yeah, the first time we see some adversity or an injury, or we'll see if we can sit, keep it together, and battle through a little bit of adversity. And I'm just telling you, I think talent wise, I'm not saying they're the best in the country, but they're up there in the upper echelon talent wise with anybody in the
Mhm.
country. What is You got to figure out all the
Yeah.
intangibles, the rotations, who's going to play hard
Mhm.
on defense all the time, who can handle the ball under pressure, who can hit the big three. All those little things are what you got to figure out.
Yeah.
And so I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see. We play all 8 of the teams that made the Elite Eight last year, and so we will definitely be battle tested. We go
Correct.
to Michigan State to get us some Tom Izzo on the road here in
Mhm.
a week or two. Um, but yeah, I mean, I will openly admit I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, and I know better. I
Yeah.
know better than to do this, but I'm doing it.
All right.
So,
All right.
uh,
I'll take a swig with you.
yeah, do you know much about this Malik Thomas cat? I've been talking a lot about him to everybody, but he's the
I
other
do not.
freshman
I
that
have
came
not.
in.
Right.
Yeah, he's the other
I
freshman that
know.
came in, and
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
got if you remember JD Note and
Yep.
kind of how his mentality when he had the ball in his hands, like, it's going
What
up.
there's not a shot he doesn't like?
That's exactly. That's how Malik Thomas plays. And so,
Okay.
and you'll see it the first time you watch him, you'll be like, "Oh God, Kelby was right." Like, he's gonna take some bad ones, and he's gonna hit some bad ones, some tough ones.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
and he's just kind of one of those, like, you can't take it out of him. Like, you're just
Yeah.
gonna have to live with the good and the bad with someone like him. But he
Yeah.
led us in scoring um against
Okay.
Cincinnati. And so, uh, but yeah, ball is going up when he touches it. So, and he's gonna drive Cal crazy. I could already see it. He's gonna drive Cal
Mhm.
nuts. They will have a very
Mhm.
much of a love-hate relationship this year. And
Yeah.
your boy Isaiah Sealy, I was talking about him
Yep.
when you drop back into the pod here. He
Yeah.
fits, and I didn't think there was a
Good.
chance in the world that he'd be ready to play his freshman year at this level. But he looks confident out there. I mean, if he's clearly the number 9 guy, like, he's clearly that number 9, but
Mhm.
you need that number 9. You need that one piece right there. Um,
Right. Yeah.
but he looked good, and he fits, and he's going to see minutes, not scrub minutes. He's going to see important quality minutes.
Mhm.
It may start out as like 6 to 8 minutes a game, but he's gonna play a big part. And there'll be a game or two this year where, like, having Isaiah Sealy as your number 9, he's gonna play a big part in a win or two. I think,
Yeah.
whether it's foul trouble or an injury, he's gonna be that guy that has to step up.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm
I'm
excited
excited.
for Hog Hoops. I'm so excited for Hog Hoops. Anyways, we will touch on the Memphis game on the next pod, and then they'll get rolling full steam ahead. But we scored some great seats. We were in the second row Friday night at Bud
Oh,
Walton.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Nice.
could have stuck my hand out and grabbed a player almost. But yeah, it was a good atmosphere. The lower bowl was probably 80% full,
Okay.
and the upper deck was sparse. But that's pretty
Okay.
dang good for a game that doesn't count on your record. I don't care who you're playing.
Well,
Like,
yeah. Well,
I
and
mean,
weather was bad.
weather was terrible. Yeah.
You had some high school football games. A lot of 'em
Uh-huh.
moved it to Friday night, but there were still some games here in Northwest Arkansas on Friday nights. You had
Yeah.
people doing that. So,
Yeah. In other news, Tony Vitello did officially take the head managerial job of the
He
San
did.
Francisco Giants. So that's almost just like another kick in the nuts for us because people are trying to spin it like, oh yeah, now it'll be easier for him to come be follow Dave because he'll be coming from the pros and not interconference. And dude, those days, I mean, I'm not saying never, but he's gonna have
Mhm.
to fail miserably for him to leave a professional baseball gig to come back to college.
Yeah.
And he was the guy. Like
Well, and
if anybody watched his press conferences, like after we beat him in super regional, like he almost started crying just because like how much he missed, a bunch of the staff that's still on staff with the Hogs and just,
mhm,
you can just tell how much he loves Fayetteville and how much he loves
mhm.
Arkansas. And like
Yeah.
it was almost a no-brainer. Like it was a shoe-in that
Mhm.
he was gonna be the next
Yeah.
Hog. Everybody knew it.
Yeah.
He knows it. Tennessee fans know it. And now that this thing has came about, you're just like, of course. Like,
Yeah. 'Cause unless it just goes horribly wrong, the MLB, they kinda, like, rotate their guys. They kinda just kinda
they
go
do.
from place to
Mhm.
place in the pros, and so unless it just goes miserably wrong, he could land on his feet somewhere. Cardinals are gonna need a manager here pretty soon too,
You
so I don't
wish.
know why
Yeah. You
I
wish.
may be on the podcast being like, "Why didn't you make a change this year?" Because I think we should have made a change at the manager position this year, but for some reason, they believe in him going forward,
Mhm. The Rangers
but
hired
yeah, it's
a former Cardinal to be our manager.
did they who'd they get?
I think he's a former Cardinal. Skip Schumacher?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
yeah,
former Card. Yeah. Yeah, we got old
played second base for us. Little guy.
Skippy. Old Skippy is the new skipper of the of my Texas Rangers. So
The head skipper?
yeah.
He wasn't the skipper when y'all won last year, right?
Well, no. Two
What
years
happened to
ago.
him?
2 years ago.
What happened to him?
He rode off into the sunset. They pulled him out after 2 or 3 years of retirement after he won four with the San Francisco Giants. Um and I don't know, they were just it was kind of a mutual parting of ways. Um
Wait,
it
what was
was
it? It wasn't Bochy, was it?
Yeah, Bruce Bochy, yeah.
He was the manager of the Rangers when y'all won?
Yeah, he's been at the last
This is how long the Cardinals have been bad.
yeah, for 3 years. The last
I did not know
he
that.
was 3 years, yeah, 3 years.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And so yeah, yeah, we pulled Bruce Bochy out of retirement, and he won us our first World Series in program history, and then, I don't know, just kinda got kinda stale, I guess, and it was a mutual parting of ways after 2 years of not of underachieving, you could say. And so, I don't know much about Skip Schumacher, but
Hey, he was a good dude for us.
so
He's a he's a good one. That's a good hire. I'd
so
I'd love to have him. I'd love to have him in St. Louis, but I am glad the Angels didn't hire Pujols. So there's still hope that we could have Albert and Yachty in the dugout again at some point. I think Yachty would be an incredible manager.
that would be
But
that would be a story of all stories if Pujols came back to manage the Cardinals.
oh my gosh, dude. You want to talk about everybody falling back and like for all the Cardinal fans that are super upset and boycotting going to the games and stuff, dude, hire Albert, see what happens. The place is full immediately again.
That whole Angels deal was weird because but they hired Kurt Suzuki, right? Who I feel like was playing like 2 days ago. I don't know. That's crazy. They hired Kurt Suzuki, but they had Pujols
Yeah.
in there. And then I read like Torrey Hunter threw his name in the hat to be manager for the Angels.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess they're just trying to go the old player route that young, not a young player, but not far out of retirement uh,
Yeah.
player. So
Mhm.
interesting. Um, I'm just gonna throw out a couple shout outs. Like I said, we were just kind of hodgepodging today.
Mhm.
My first shout out is my good friend Lance Tucker. He I worked with Lance at West Fork for a while. He gave us a little advertising, marketing. I don't know what the right word is, but he's an assistant baseball coach at Fayetteville High now, and he got all the baseball
Okay.
players together and said, "Y'all go follow these guys on YouTube or subscribe." And now
Hey,
we flew over 100. We flew over
let's
100.
go.
So
Let's go.
thanks to Coach Tucker, thanks to the Fayetteville High
Thank you.
School baseball team. We
Let's
made a
go.
deal that after football and basketball kind of calmed down, that they do have a Razorback commit, I believe. So um,
Okay.
I think I told him we can maybe get him on and kind of pick his brain and talk about his path to becoming a Razorback commit. So
For sure.
yeah, that was big news, and now they're waiting. They are waiting for our first post game live show. Now that's the main
Okay.
reason they did it. So
All right.
so maybe after Mississippi State, we can get Andrew in the vehicle and he can go live sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
For, well, there'll only be like 25,000 there at this rate, but he can go.
Yeah, no
Andrew can go
joke.
live. We can maybe get a live going. So, anyways,
Yeah.
live reaction.
I'll go I'll go rent a what the Jeep, the Gladiator that
Uh huh.
Herb Street was riding in
Yeah.
on game day a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
That's so cool how they do that. Speaking of Mississippi State, that's the game coming up on Saturday. They've had a couple tough losses this year, just as bad as we have, blowing big leads.
Yep.
They should have spanked Texas, and they were up like 17, and
Yeah, in the fourth quarter.
yeah, blew a lead to Texas. And I haven't looked at it myself, but I had a group message that said that we came out as 4-point favorites against Mississippi State
We did.
Saturday. Yeah. So
Okay.
I hate betting against the Hogs. I'm not gonna bet against the Hogs, but that's crazy. If you're just a normal fan living in like Montana or something, college football fan, lay the
Yeah.
hammer on the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Yeah, let me see what they got us at right now. I'll just look this up right quick.
I mean, we just
We
can't. I mean,
are
I don't know how we're gonna stop them. I mean,
4.5 point
offensively,
favorites.
yeah, that's crazy. What is Vegas drinking? What kind of Kool-Aid are they drinking? So,
I don't know. They must want us to win one of these.
yeah,
At
I
this
don't know.
point at this point, I almost have us a better the way we've been playing at home the last couple of years, I'm like, we almost have a better chance of going on the road and beating one of
Oh,
these better teams,
100%.
which I mean, LSU doesn't have anything to play for now. Texas is no world beater, so
Yeah.
who knows?
We'll win one of those two.
Who
I
knows?
guarantee. I'm very confident in saying we'll beat either Texas or LSU. One of those two will win. So, um,
I I never want us to lose. I wanna put that on the record, but if you beat LSU or Texas, all those Bobby people that fell off the wagon because we looked so bad Saturday are gonna be right back on and want him to be the
oh,
head coach, so
yeah, if we beat Texas, Bobby's the coach next year, without a doubt. He could win one game. He could go 1-7 or whatever it is, 1-6. And if that one wins Texas, I guarantee they'll get him the job. So,
they're not good though.
and I'm not a Bobby hater. All you people, I'm not a Bobby hater. I can't speak for my co-partner here, but I am not a Bobby hater. Like, I just want to make sure that we swing for the fences before we go that route. That's all I want to make sure.
Yeah,
Like, that has to be plan F. I mean, or K. I mean,
I was gonna go L, yeah, plan L,
but
which
not
is
a Bobby
which is
hater.
what
I
you'll
just
have a lot of in year 4, but,
yeah.
yeah, no, and I'm not a
So
Bobby hater either. Look, if the next coach wants to hire him as the offensive coordinator, that's fine. I'm not a Bobby hater in that regard. He could be our OC next year, that's fine. He's just not a head coach, or not our head coach, not a Power 5 head coach anyway.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I will ride off forever saying that.
yeah.
So, I think
Well, it will be playing out soon, and last thing I'll go before we ride off for the night. Does Alex Golish blowing a 17-point lead concern you at all, or are we still good?
I mean, I'm still good.
Okay, that's all I was
Uh,
asking. Yeah, great,
I
great.
yeah, I'm I'm still good. I don't know. I mean, you have to, and that's let me say this. It's not inexcusable. Um, or it's not excusable, I guess is what I should say. But there's not you can tell me from a coach's perspective, but if you're at a smaller school and you're in everybody's top 5 of all these bigger jobs coming, you can't tell me you're not thinking about it a little bit
Oh, well,
in the
you're
back of
already
your mind.
yeah, you're already talking to your wife about it.
So,
You're already your agent.
yeah.
You're talking to your agent about it. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
always you're always thinking about it. I'm not sure how much that
So, I mean, and I'm not saying he's not
impacts.
focused on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that impacts like the actual X's and O's, the game planning or the scouting. I mean, it didn't impact Lane
Mhm.
Kiffin Saturday. Um, but yeah, for sure, it's definitely being talked about, whether it's among with family
Yeah.
or friends or your agent or I mean, here's the deal. I know in the NIL era, like things are different and you have to have the right commitment from the school of a package money wise. I understand that. But all these dudes think that they can win no matter where they're at.
Right. Yeah.
They think they can win. It doesn't matter. Be like, hey, you just put me in. I'm a good coach. We're gonna win. So like,
Mhm.
you know, this whole well, who wants to come here and you know you can't win here? That's not how these dudes think. They're
Right. Yeah.
competitors. They know they're good coaches. They think they can go to any school and win. And now after like the way
Yeah.
Signetti's done this, like it just shows you just got to hire the right guy. You just got to hire.
Yeah.
And I know it's harder. It's easier said than done. But like, you
Yeah.
just got to hire the right guy. And these guys, they can win anywhere. Like most of
Mhm.
them, you just got to have the right commitment. And their mentality
Mhm.
is that they can win anywhere.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. To answer your question, I'll take him over the coach that beat him. I'd rather have Golish
Oh
still
yeah.
than
Oh,
Silverfield.
100
So
times and twice
so
on Sunday. So I threw this out while you were gone. This is the last thing we'll talk about.
mhm.
The hot name 2 years ago was Willie Fritz at Tulane.
Mhm.
And he's went to Houston and he's turned
Yeah.
that around pretty damn quick. He can obviously
Mhm.
coach. Um,
Yeah.
that's something that I've talked myself into. I need to do a little more
Okay.
research on someone like Willie Fritz, but I know
Mhm.
he was the hottest group of 5 named 2 years ago. Went to Houston. It must have
Mhm.
been a slow year for jobs, or maybe he just wanted to be in that area. Um, I wonder if a job like Arkansas it would appeal to somebody like Houston's in the Big 12 and all that, but like I
Mhm.
mean, he's turned Houston around fast. So
Yeah.
that's something that's kind of piquing my interest a little bit. I need to do a little more research into him.
Okay. Yeah,
Trying to
we
find
can do
some new
our
names.
we can do our hot board 3.0 because there's some people that have fallen
Yep.
off of mine.
Yeah.
We can do our 3.0s on for Friday's pod.
Let's do it.
But yeah,
Let's do it.
I'll do some more digging too. Um, yeah, we'll
So
see. Like we said,
it's never it's never who we think
there's a
it's
little
going to
lot
be.
of
So
right. Yeah, there's that. There's that. It's there's always going to be somebody coming out of left field. There's going to be you know a Bielema or
John
Calipari that
Calipari. Yeah.
that is just wants a
Mhm.
fresh start that you wouldn't expect to leave where they're at. So, who are those guys? Now, obviously, the big, if there's somebody big out there like that that's going to want to do that, it's going to be LSU, Florida, one of those jobs. Um, look, don't, I mean, he's definitely not coming here, but you want to know a huge domino that could happen now? I could
Urb
see Nick Saban
Urban
going to
Meyer.
LSU.
Oh, Nick Saban. Yeah.
I could see Nick Saban
Yeah.
going to LSU. I could see that being one of probably 2 jobs maybe that he would come out of retirement for. he still talks
Mm,
incredibly admirably about
mhm.
LSU, his time at LSU,
Oh,
but he only got
Alabama
one ship
fans.
there.
Alabama would hate
Oh,
him.
they would, dude. Could you imagine?
They would hate him.
Could you imagine?
Walking in,
And look,
walking,
I'm not rooting for
walking
that.
into Nick Saban Field. What if he had to play a game at Nick Saban Field in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa,
Oh,
as a
dude.
coach of LSU?
Yes. Yes.
That'd be crazy.
Wild. Wild. But dude, he keeps flirting with it on I mean, whether he's pandering to the game day fans or what have you, he keeps flirting with, at least taking the bait when McAfee or somebody will ask him a question, he'll be like, I need Miss Terry to not be listening because she loves some of these numbers that people are throwing
Yeah,
out
huh?
and,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
So, but I could see LSU being one of those jobs that he could take
yeah.
and do again. So I don't know. I'm not totally, predicting that, but I'm just saying, what if?
What if?
What if? And I don't want it to happen because
Lord, no.
that's never winning again.
Lord,
So
no. Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
So
can see it now that you said it. I can see it. That's not good.
yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. So
Anyways, all right. Well, we've hit a lot of topics tonight. Like I said, we apologize. We've had technical difficulties. We both got different setups than we're
yeah.
usually normal to, and but we will be back on Friday. We thank everybody for all the love, all the listeners. I had a bunch of people texting last Friday, being like, "Oh, I got on to check out the pod," and we just couldn't make it work. We both had a lot going on, and it just
I'll
didn't.
take I'll take the you can put me on the hot seat for that one. That
No,
was
no,
wife
no,
was out of town, had the
no.
kids, getting the house on the market. There's a lot going on.
No,
So
no, we had no, we had
look,
we
we're
we
we're
we
back
both
and better than
yeah,
ever.
we both had a lot going on, and so sometimes,
Yeah.
hey, we're doing this for free, so we're not obligated to be on the spot every
Yeah.
time. Um,
Right.
but we appreciate all the listeners, loyal listeners, and give us a like, a follow, subscribe, and we will do our best to get us alive now that we have a 100 on YouTube. And if we
Yeah.
don't get it for Mississippi State, we'll for sure get it for the first away game, since we know that neither of us will be in attendance for an away game.
Yeah.
I will
Definitely not
not. I will
traveling to watch
not.
this mess.
I will not. I can't speak
Yeah.
for Andrew. But
Yeah.
anyways, y'all have a good week, and we will be back on Friday. And take us home, my man.
All right. Stay classy. Never yield. Go enjoy this fall weather. It feels great outside.
Yep. We're big. Go Hogs.